Welcome back to Lovebug Tarot, my fellow tarot goblins. So today, I feel like these are just going to really be like I do shorts called like What the Heck is Going On. I feel like these are just going to be the long format. What the heck is going on? There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that going on right now. My cat is crawling on her tree in the background, so you're making a lot of noise, ma'am. Does not care. Absolutely does not care. All right. So we're going to be looking at what is the next big step? What is the next big step? I feel like just astrologically speaking, at this moment in time, this is a timeless read. So when you come across this, if you come across it a year from now, 5 years from now, I don't know, there's some big energies shifting just in general. When this read goes up, there's a lot of energies shifting, astrologically speaking, across the board, I feel. So I think that definitely the next couple months we're going to be doing a lot of reads of kind of what, not necessarily what next steps to take, but just anything that can give you a heads up, give an affirmation of like, hey, you're doing good, you're on the right path, anything like that. Because I know personally I appreciate that kind of reassurance from the universe. So we're going to be using our affirmation deck, our oracle decks, and we have our Cozy Witch tarot that we'll be using. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. I recently picked it up. And we're going to just kind of shuffle through, grab some cards. As always, there is timestamps in the description, so you can check those out if you just want to jump to the read or just hang out. That's okay too. Ooh, seeing this one. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Okay. There we go. All right, what is a affirmation for our next big step as a collective? I've been doing a lot of these reads, and while it is for the collective, I myself have been feeling called out several times. So, I don't know, I'm feeling another one. All right, 2 more. Cool. So, I have a feeling I'm right here with y'all on this journey. Ooh, that one. Pull that one. Okay, I'm going to have a lot of tea leaves. Maybe? That one. Alright, this is a big deck. I do not have big enough hands to try to hold all 200, like, tea leaves. It's a lot. Alright, we're not going to pull the tarot cards just yet. We'll give them a quick shuffle. This is just, it's a nice deck to shuffle. I'm currently working on a little behind the scenes, kind of introducing this deck through the major arcana in my behind the scenes content through the Buy Me a Coffee. So if you're interested in that, it is a $5 membership, and we're posting 3 times a week behind the scenes content. It was a bad shuffle. Come on, come on. It's being difficult. Come on. I don't know if that's going to show up in a read, just like, ugh. Alright, let's get into it. Ma'am, what are you doing? Cat's being a brat this morning, so. Alright, let's start with our, ooh. Sorry, I'm excited. Luck. The lucky lime. I love it. I love this so much with Capricorn. That's the sign for Capricorn, right? Oh, man. Hold on.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Yes. Yes, that is Capricorn. Okay. Ay. All right, that is I don't know why. This is the second time I've blanked on the symbol or the name for Capricorn. So I don't know what's going on with that. That might be for me personally. And we also have the number 31. Just go back into it. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And also this kind of mandala bracelet. So I thought of that, and I recently picked up, I wear a lot of these kind of beaded bracelets, but this one is smoky quartz. I picked up from a local shop when I was visiting, actually the same place I got the cards. Not the same store, same city. We had a bunch of woo-woo places. But this is smoky quartz, and smoky quartz, one of the properties of it, the metaphysical properties, if you will, is helping you, like it helps you manifest. And I'm personally in the energy of manifesting things. So I don't know, that just like came up. So I don't know if you also wear kind of like beads or some kind of reminder. I see these as kind of like they help me remind myself to be grounded, to be, trust my intuition, that I'm protected, I'm manifesting things, and these are just fun for reasons. So I don't know if there's something like that you do. Maybe you're also manifesting something and you have, like, it could be a good luck charm, something physical that you use to kind of like remind you of that you are lucky. That you can manifest what you need. And with Capricorn here, Capricorn is an earth sign, and it's a cardinal earth sign. So it's like Aries is a cardinal fire sign. They're typically kind of the leaders of the zodiac. Capricorn is very, I want to say, like business savvy. So I wonder if this is something to do in your like lucky in business. With water here, like earth and water too. Something in here that you've been maybe working on, you're growing, because the water, if you think of a plant, you have to water it for it to grow. Okay, well that's a lot coming through just right off the bat. Dang. Okay, so this is our affirmation deck. It's a very sassy affirmation deck. I'll let you figure out what it's called, but it's the very sassy listen affirmation deck. So our next big step, let's see. Listen, hold people accountable for the way they treat you. Ooh, okay, and we have 3 figures down here dancing. Okay. I don't think you can see that, but just in case. We're just gonna... I'm not taking chances with YouTube. There we go. Okay. All right, this one says, listen, no more one-sided love stories. If they're not choosing you to, move on. Oh, dang. Oh, man, another one? Goddamn. Our mermaid here is being a mermaid for reasons. Okay. And I feel like this, well, we're going to find out more, but I feel like this can also be not only business, but in relationships in business, relationships in love and romance, if that's, I feel like this is more kind of career, but it could be both. Because like if you're chasing like a company, you're chasing something of like, no, this would be like, as an example, this would be the company, like the dream company I want to work with. And it's like, if they are just not giving you the time of day, then it may not, it may not be like it not meant to be is kind of coming through. And I want to say that not as in like, like you're not right for them, but they are also not right for you. Like you're going to find something better. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're back. Again, my cat is being a brat today. All right, next card says, listen, you're not crazy for that idea. You're not crazy for that idea. You may just be the first. Ooh, okay. And I feel like that's kind of tying in what we were talking about, like the example of chasing a dream job or a company or something in that regard, where it's like you're pitching ideas and they're like, oh my god, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Like no one's gonna go for that. That's silly. That's whatever. And it's like, it's not. It's just sometimes larger entities are so ground and entrenched into what has always been that they don't always see what could be. And I hope that makes sense. I get the feeling like this is something more about your physical realm, your career, your resources in some capacity. And I love that there's this kind of, let me see, there we go, this brush that is kind of like you're making magic. You could be in a creative field. God, I couldn't think of the word. All right, so let's look at our astral house. Success. Okay, so in the tea leaf deck, there's 200 cards. 12 of those are astrological houses. Those are purple. And the astral houses are, I'm trying to remember, like the different houses of, like, if you look at a natal chart, like there's like home, marriage, career, like all these different ones. Success is one of those. So it's only 12 out of a deck of 200, and this has come up twice. So I will try to remember, because this has definitely come up in a previous read I have done. I think in the last week's long read. Let me make a note of that. Hold on. All right. Oh, excuse me. Good Lord. I'm very gassy today. I'm sorry. We're just going to call them confirmation burps. All right. Teapot. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. I don't necessarily see it as, like, personally, as myself, I don't really, I'm not of the typical gender binary. I am non-binary, I guess is the best way to say it, but I just don't adhere to gender. So I would say a deep friendship with someone with similar energies as you. I don't necessarily, personally, this is how I'm reading it. Again, free will is a thing, and if that is not your vibe, that is okay. There are so many other readers on YouTube and all over different platforms. Like, it's okay if this is not your cup of tea. Absolutely. Teapot. Ha! That was a pun I didn't mean. Anyways, I see it as like a deep friendship with someone of a similar energy as you. And not necessarily a gender. So, I don't know. I just feel very strongly about that. That is coming through. Eagle. Triumphal for troubles and obstacles. Ooh. That's fantastic. Yeah, I feel like we were talking about, like, with the Capricorn energy, like, this is something you've been working on. This is something you've been working on, I think, for a while, and have definitely come up against some obstacles. But you are overcoming them. Let's see. Okay, grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. Okay. And this landed right underneath here. One-sided love stories. If they're not choosing you, move on. So this could be something, if you're moving on could require perhaps a delicate hand. It can't just be like, walk across the bridge, burn it, throwing, spewing gasoline and throwing matches over your shoulder kind of energy. It might need, I mean, sometimes that energy is necessary. In this case, it might be a little more delicate. It might be something like, if it is a company you're leaving, a situationship, it may need to be like, you need to let them down gently. You need to, let's say if you're leaving a company, make sure you leave on good terms, put in your 2 weeks and, just that kind of thing, instead of, moonwalking out, flipping the bird, which, again, sometimes energy is, yeah. But this might be a little more delicate. If it's a person or a group of people, it could be like, hey, I need to step back. And we'll ask for more clarification, but that's just kind of coming through with the grasshopper. The star, guaranteed success. Okay. I'm putting that right underneath literally the other star and success. You got a double here. So whatever you are pursuing will be successful. Absolutely will be successful. And something else that just kind of clicked for me was this affirmation card. We were just talking about, like, leaving a situation and it being a little delicate about it, but also holding people accountable for the way they treat you. And if you are not getting the recognition or the support that you need, yes, it may be time to leave the situation and be delicate about it and give yourself grace, give the other side, whatever it is, grace as well, but also hold them accountable. kind of having that honesty of like, like, this is just not working out, you know? And okay, Dolphin came up in the last read as well. Financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Again, the Capricorn, something you've been building up is going to come to fruition, and in a really amazing way. So this is super exciting for you. I'm just, wow. It's not to say that there's not work to do. It's not to be like, oh yeah, this just came out of the blue and fell in my lap. Like, no, you've been working on this. Like, yes, like, there are so many things, especially in like jobs and careers. Oh my goodness, I feel this so hard right now. It's like, you can do everything right. You can check all the boxes. You can have everything in place. And you can have everybody, in a professional capacity being like, oh my God, you're doing amazing. Like, yeah, this is everything anyone could ever want from an employee, or, if you work gigs or something. It's like, yeah, no, you've done everything right. And you can't seem to move forward in it. And some of that is luck. And some of it is just timing for things. You can do everything right and still be stuck. But I feel like you're moving forward. And I think once you do, I don't know, I just get the sense like the holding people accountable. Like, if a person, a company, a situation did not treat you well in the past when you were not successful, and suddenly, there's kind of like fair weather friend situation where suddenly they come around when you are successful and like, oh my God, we should, we've always been so close, and suddenly they're praising you for all, and it's like, no, it's just because my fortune's turned around doesn't mean I'm going to just, let go or like forget. Doesn't mean you get a clean slate for things you did in the past. And again, this, if they're not choosing you, move on. And it could be a sense of like, move on now, step away now, so you can make room. You can you can clear away the things that aren't working for you now, so things that will work for you, that benefit you, can come in. You can let go of those situations, those peoples, those energies. Could be even a mindset. Let go of those so that, this success, the things you've been working towards and working on, can come in. And that could be part of the delicate, the careful handling, being delicate. Because it could be a mindset within yourself too. And like, give yourself the grace of like, that's okay. It's okay to, forgive yourself, learn from the situations, and move on. All right, let's see. Page of Pentacles. When life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. Ooh, okay. Another page. Wow. Page of Cups. Let yourself be continually surprised by this thing called life. Ooh. With the pages, because 2 pages back to back. Yeah, you're ready. You are definitely ready to like move forward with something. And there could be someone coming in, a deep friendship with someone of similar energies. And it's interesting, there's a teapot here and they're selling lemonade. I don't know, maybe you're going to get like a contact from someone, kind of this surprised phrase with the Page of Cups, like someone kind of contact you out of the blue, and maybe they're like, hey, let's go get coffee or a drinks, or lemonade, or a cup of tea or something, and they may surprise you with like, what, maybe this is part of an opportunity, or I don't know. Let's find out more. The High Priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. Yep. This is going to be a time where you need to kind of really trust your intuition. Yeah, okay. The Four of Pentacles. Treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. Ooh, right under the Dolphin. I feel like, yeah, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. when this success happens, I don't, the Four of Pentacles is like, treat yourself. Because the Four of Pentacles traditionally is kind of like, it can have like a miserly energy, like a, I don't want to say hoarding, but kind of keeping very, very close your resources. Because it's Pentacles, so it's like your physical resources. Could be money, could be stuff, but, and that's all well and good. There's nothing wrong with being frugal. There's nothing wrong, trust me, having a budget, being very strict with it. But with the success, like maybe it's okay to go out and buy yourself like a deck of cards, you know, or get yourself a cup of coffee. Like there can be wonderful little things you can get to be like, you know what, I did good. I did really good. You know, just to celebrate that. All right, and the Eight of Pentacles. Sorry. Okay, yeah, and the phrase here is, sorry, but fairies aren't going to come do all the work for you. The Eight of Pentacles is about kind of mastery of a craft. So this is definitely, I feel, something in career, something in your physical realm, your physical resources. And this goes back to talking with the Capricorn, confirmation, but Capricorn energy, where like this is something you've been working on. This is not something just falling out of the sky into your lap. This is something that has been in the works. And, you know, it could, how do I put, I'm trying to, again, abstract thought, trying to put into words. The idea that, like, it's been a lot of work and it's going to continue to be work. But I feel like you know this and you're not afraid of that. You're not afraid of hard work. No, they're four. Okay. This one, the phrase is, why aren't you resting? literally, that is the phrase down here. It's very tiny. This is a miniature deck, so the phrases are itty bitty. I feel like the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Swords both together give a sense of like, don't forget to rest and treat yourself. I feel like that's going to be important. You know, because work is great. You've done a lot of hard work, but don't forget that work-life balance as well, because burnout is a very real and serious thing. All right, can we get more about the teapot? Our teapot energy. Is this a person? What's up with our teapot energy? I'm curious. Okay, we got 3. Ooh, Two of Swords. Phrase here is wake up. What is it that you truly want? And there's like 2 road signs, one pointing each way, and it says indecisive witch. And the person here has a blindfold on. A deep friendship with, I'm getting like with the, especially with the page. The phrase here is, when life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. I get the sense that maybe there is a friend, someone you are close with, who's like kind of bluntly honest with you and is like, listen, what do you want? You know, what, I get the sense this kind of tough love, this like from the listen deck of like, look, I'm going to sit you down. I'm going to ask you, what do you really want? Because right now, you know, maybe you're sitting there and it's like, again, you're having like a venting session with your friend, and it's like, I have this basket of lemons. I don't know what to do. I have a basket of lemons. I'm so tired of all of these lemons. And they're like, well, what do you want? Do you want to sell the lemons? Do you want to make enchanted lemonade? Do you want to make, you know, lemonade popsicles? Like, what do you want to do? Let's figure this out. So it could be that kind of, ooh, Ace of Pentacles. It says, wow, what an abundant opportunity. Yes. Remember we were talking about like getting a contact or a phone call from someone with perhaps an opportunity? This could be an opportunity where they present to you maybe an option where it's like, look, you have this basket of lemons. I have a lemonade business. You know, let's collaborate. Again, metaphor. But that kind of energy where they come in and they're like, look, here, let's do something with this basket of lemons that you got. But it's ultimately, it is always up to you. Like, no one can force you to do one or the other. You still have to make that decision. And then we have the Emperor. Okay, the phrase here is, being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. Yeah. So this is going to be a big choice. And the Emperor is number 4 in the major. So it's a card of stability, but also action. So you do have to take responsibility for your choice. And maybe this choice brings up a lot of change, you know, and you do have to take responsibility for that. There might be additional responsibilities. You might have to take actions and like move things around, and you know, there could be more added onto your plate. And this is where that like rest, that balance could be really, really important, where it's like suddenly you're getting more. So you have to be very careful about like what you say yes to, what you maybe pull back from. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. So not only things perhaps that you're pulling back from, but also things you're moving into. Okay. I feel like this has been a pretty straightforward read. So I'm going to go ahead and ask, do we have any final closing advice, thoughts, questions, comments, concerns for the collective here? Okay. And yes, my nails are neon orange with little ghosts and bats and spider webs for reasons. And we have the Empress. So the Empress is 3. We have the Emperor and the Empress. So you are moving into a time of great fertility. And I really feel in this sense the fertility is about physical abundance, because the Empress is also about physical abundance. And the phrase here is, there is beauty to be found in every experience. So during this time of like change and opportunity and pulling back and moving forward and amazing success. Again, you have 2 things of success here. I don't know. I just get the sense that's like there's beauty to be found in every experience. So the experiences that you're leaving and the experiences you're going towards is like just understanding that, you know, you can find poignant moments in all of them. I hope that makes sense. All right, we have the Knight of Swords. Be ambitious. Chase your every dream. Okay, that's, I think, pretty self-explanatory. What does their sweater say? Oh, their sweater says book blogger, so maybe this is something online. I just saw the unicorn here in the corner. So I don't know, like maybe a unicorn is like such a precious mystical creature, so maybe something online goes viral and people are like, oh my god, I can't believe, you know, you're everything I ever wanted, to find in a book blogger or something. Another page. You have 3 pages already. Yeah, there's a lot of like pages are kind of, they're starting out, they are ready to start something. They're the energy, like the knights are the ones moving it forward. The pages are like, okay, I'm ready to look into this. I'm ready to start this. They're like before they become the knight, to become the queen, to become the king. Like those energies kind of move with each other. And they're books too. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. Yeah, we were just talking about these energies kind of working together. So we have more books. So maybe this is something to do with communication. So maybe it is something online. Maybe you use communication, you write. Maybe you are a blogger, you do something online, you do something talking with your voice, or you make content to be consumed in some way. So the phrase here is curiosity is a type of magic. Yeah, see, they're picking up the books. You can almost see how these two energies work with each other, because you have the page ready to pick up the book. Maybe for the first time they stop. They're like, oh, I'll try this book out. And then next thing you know, they've moved into the night energy where they're collecting books, and maybe they blog online about the books they've read. They do reviews. Like, there's that kind of energy. You have some kind of momentum. I'm getting the sense of like a momentum that's coming in. And the last card here is the Five of Swords. This one is you can't be right all of the time. Okay, and this could be part of that delicate, careful handling of just like things are going to be moving in a great direction. Yes, you can be pulling back from things, maybe things that don't work for you anymore, that just don't, you're not really vibing. And that's okay. But also realize that you aren't necessarily right all the time. Maybe part of that careful handling is admitting where you've been wrong or at fault for something, and just kind of owning that and being like, you know what, you're right. I'm very sorry, and I'm going to do better in the future. And really mean it, not just like, saying it to save face kind of thing. Yeah. So I think that, again, that's like as our final kind of thoughts here from the cards. There's definitely a momentum between the Emperor and the Empress as well. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of great things coming towards you. But there's also a sense of like, don't forget to be gracious with yourself. And just understand like some things you just may need to walk away from. You may need to let go. Again, one of those things, it could be like walking away from something might be hard. Maybe these two figures walking away as well, like these three figures like have their own opinion, and they refuse to see the opinion of the other person or people. And so these three figures are obviously walking away like, nope, I don't want anything to do with it. And sometimes, like, yeah, that's what happens. It's like you can't be right all the time, and you can't change other people's opinions. Like, they have to change. All right, and in the bottom of the deck, excuse me. Ooh, we have the Three of Wands. Yeah, you are ready to move forward. You are absolutely. The phrase here is put yourself out there, and you'll be rewarded one way or another. Okay, so this I feel absolutely ties back in with our affirmation card here. You're not crazy for that idea. You just may be the first. You got to put yourself out there in order to be found, especially in a creative venture. And that can be really scary, especially when it's like you have an idea, you have an energy, you've got something you want to present to the world, but you've never seen it done before. Or maybe you've never seen it done in that particular way before. It's scary to be the first. It really is, but you got to put yourself out there. Because clearly you're dealing with, excuse me. Oh, maybe it is something with your voice, because suddenly my throat went real dry. So don't be afraid to speak your mind or speak your truth. Because clearly success is waiting for you. All right. I feel like that's your read. That's amazing. You've got some big changes coming in. Yeah, I'm just like, the reads over the past couple of reads have been wild. Absolutely wild. And I feel some of them are really connected. If you feel connection between any of the reads, like, again, let me know in the comments. I'm really, really curious. Because, again, I'm just seeing repeated cards, which I feel is kind of wild. Considering, like, some of these decks are like a deck of 200, and it's like they keep coming out. Like, okay, something needs to be paid attention to here. But I feel like that is your read. So thank you so much for being here. A little housekeeping. Please like and subscribe. share the channel. That's where we're trying to grow community, and I like reading cards. It's part of how I kind of ground myself. It's kind of a practice I like to do, so I figured I would also share it. Okay, we do have a mug of tea, so I'm sipping on that. It's like, oh. Anyways, yes, please like and subscribe. This is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I also, as well, post 3 times a week over at in the Buy Me a Coffee membership. I do post content for memberships, which is I think a $5. Yeah, it's like $5 a month, and then also people who support. There's like a section there. So try to do a little bit of everything for people. We are posting at the moment 2 long reads during the week, 2 shorts, and then 3 pieces of content for the Buy Me a Coffee. So we are trying to like steadily build up there, but we're starting at that level because that's what we have the spoons for. All right, so I think that's all the housekeeping I got. Confirmation burp. I guess that is it. I never really burp, when talking. It's just it's just when I read. All right. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Again, like, the reads that are coming out have been absolutely incredible. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for this collective that we are gathering and building. So until next time, thank you so much for being here. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.